What if the safest place to hide was inside everyone's screen? What if the moment you shared your fear, it multiplied into millions of eyes watching? When does confession turn into spectacle? The story begins with the glow of a monitor breathing in a dark room. A man sits before it, trembling fingers hovering above a keyboard. His breath trembles between panic and release. Outside, thunder murmurs over a sleepless city. He clicks post. The sound is small, but its echo carries through the digital void like a siren. He doesn't notice the red pin blinking on his screen, his live location pulsing for the world to see. Somewhere far away, someone watches, and another decides to come. The city's lights blur into veins of danger, and in that moment, silence becomes the loudest scream. There are two kinds of silence. The one you choose, and the one that chooses you. Eli stares at the door, unsure if the knock was real or imagined. His phone buzzes again, but he doesn't look. Every vibration feels like a threat, every second heavier than sound. Somewhere in the city, strangers argue online about what he deserves. Some want justice, some want a show. He wonders if anyone truly wants the truth. The world feels closer than ever, and yet he has never been more alone. He whispers to himself that maybe the knock was just the wind. But deep down, he knows better. Guilt has its own footsteps. Each second of silence is a confession he cannot retract. The comments keep coming. Go live again. We're outside. Don't hide now. The words twist around him like a chorus without faces. He wonders if confession ever belonged to the soul, or if it now belongs to the feed. A faint creak in the hallway breaks his paralysis. His breathing shallows. The hum of the computer fades beneath the rhythm of footsteps. Slow, deliberate. Eli grips a kitchen knife, not as a weapon, but as comfort. His thoughts spiral. Maybe truth attracts danger because it threatens illusion. Maybe someone had to come, not to hurt him, but to silence what he saw. The knock comes again, softer this time. The kind of knock that doesn't ask permission. It announces fate. Eli approaches the door, trembling. A voice from behind the door, calm and composed, says, "I'm not the police. I just want to help." His heart freezes. That phrase, gentle, rehearsed, untraceable, feels both mercy and threat. He closes his eyes and whispers, "Too late." The camera fades as his hand touches the knob. The door opens to silence thick enough to taste. The air between them holds everything words cannot. She stands there, soaked in rain, a stranger who already knows his name. He hesitates, torn between fear and the desperate need to be believed. She tells him the police are slow, that sometimes the world responds faster than justice. Her tone is soft but edged with something calculated. He lets her in. The sound of the door closing feels like sealing a pact neither understands. Outside, the storm rages on, but inside something colder begins to stir. She tells him she saw the stream, that she came because everyone else was talking, but no one was doing anything. He studies her face for deceit, but finds only calm control. The kind of stillness that hides experience. She asks what he saw that made him post. He hesitates, saying only that truth has consequences. Her gaze lingers. "So does silence," she replies. For a moment, he believes her. Mara asks what exactly he witnessed. He looks away. His voice shakes when he speaks of men in suits, of erased files, of a whistle blown into the void. She asks why he didn't go to the police first. He answers, "Because the system I trusted is the one I exposed." Her silence in reply says everything. She leans closer, whispering that the world doesn't need heroes. It needs witnesses. And yet, there's something in her eyes that feels too knowing, too prepared. The sound of thunder interrupts them. His phone buzzes again. An unknown number. A message. She's not who she says she is. He hides it quickly. She notices but says nothing. Instead, she stands and walks to the window, watching the rain blur the skyline. "The internet knows too much about us," she murmurs. "It can find anyone even before they're ready to be found." Her reflection in the glass seems to smile faintly. He can't tell if it's sadness or triumph. Night deepens. They sit again in silence, the distance between them filled with questions neither dares to ask. Eli feels the weight of her presence, like a riddle he can't solve. She breaks the quiet. "You're not safe here," he asks. "From who?" She looks straight into him and says softly, "From the people who think you are." The words fall heavy, final. The sound of sirens echoes faintly outside, not arriving, but passing. He realizes they're not coming for him. Not yet. Truth rarely arrives clean. It comes soaked in fear, trembling on the edge of belief. Eli sits in silence, unable to speak. Mara waits, patient but unrelenting. Finally, he whispers about a file. Encrypted, hidden inside corporate servers, showing financial manipulation, illegal surveillance, and the silencing of employees. His job was to protect data, but he stumbled on proof of betrayal. He tried to bury it, but guilt grew louder than reason. When he finally spoke, he thought the internet would save him. Instead, it came for him. He explains how he copied the file to expose the company, how he posted online thinking truth would bring justice. But the internet doesn't forgive. It feeds. The moment he pressed upload, he stopped owning his story. Mara listens, eyes glimmering with something between sympathy and recognition. "You didn't just uncover corruption," she says softly. "You exposed faith. People's belief that systems keep them safe." He looks at her and asks, "And what about belief in people?" Her silence answers more honestly than words. Mara asks where the file is now. Eli hesitates. He says it's encrypted and stored in a hidden cloud link, but his expression betrays the truth. "It's here, in the room." Her voice softens. "You trust me enough to tell me, don't you?" He meets her eyes, searching for safety and finding only curiosity. The moment stretches. In his heart, he already knows she's not here by coincidence. Yet, loneliness convinces him to trust what reason warns against. Sometimes the need to be heard outweighs the instinct to survive. She asks to see the proof. He opens the file. The room fills with lines of code, numbers, and screenshots of forged data. Mara studies each image, her calm eyes scanning too quickly, too expertly. Eli notices, his chest tightening. She mutters, "You don't know what you've done," he replies. "I told the truth." She turns to him, her face unreadable, her voice almost pitying. "Then, you just gave it away." The power flickers. The screen goes black. For a breathless moment, the apartment is consumed by darkness. He hears the faint buzz of the router, the heartbeat of digital silence. Then, her voice. "They know now." He asks who. She steps toward him, her outline faint in the dark. "Everyone who needed to," she whispers. His mind spins. Betrayal or salvation? He cannot tell. The sirens outside grow louder. And for the first time, he wishes they were coming for him. Morn doesn't come with sunlight. Only a dull gray leaking through the blinds. The power returns, but the air feels heavier, altered. Eli wakes on the couch, memories twisted between dream and panic. The laptop rests closed beside him. Across the room, Mara stands near the window, already dressed, watching the empty street. He asks how long she's been awake. She says, "Long enough to see the city forget you." Her words carry no comfort. He feels erased, not by danger, but by indifference. He asks her who she really is. She laughs softly, the kind of laugh that avoids the question. "I'm someone who listens when the world scrolls past," she says. He presses further, realizing her words don't fit. Her phone buzzes. She silences it too quickly. He catches a glimpse of the screen, a logo from the same corporation he exposed. Her voice falters for the first time. He whispers, "You're one of them." Her silence answers for her. The room shrinks with that truth. She confesses she worked for the same company, as a crisis handler meant to control leaks, not expose them. Her mission was to reach him before anyone else did, to convince him to delete the files. But something changed when she saw him afraid, cornered, human. "You weren't what they said you'd be," she murmurs. He asks, "And what was I supposed to be?" Her eyes drop. "Disposable." The word lands between them like a verdict neither can appeal. Eli turns away, pacing. He feels the sting of betrayal, but also pity. He knows she's trapped too. A cog built to clean the blood of truth without ever asking whose it was. "So what happens now?" he asks. She says she can still make it disappear, that no one needs to know he leaked it if he cooperates. But he shakes his head. "You can't unsee what's seen," he says quietly. "You can only choose who pays for it." Her eyes glimmer with something between admiration and sorrow. The sirens return. Closer this time. Mara looks to the window, then back at him. "They're coming," she says. He replies, "For you or for me?" Her lips tremble before she answers. "Both." For a brief second, the truth binds them. Two people on opposite sides of a broken system, equally hunted by it. The knock at the door returns, louder, insistent. She takes a step toward it. He whispers, "Don't," but she does. And once again, the world watches what it cannot save. The hallway lights pulse red and blue. Panic replaces logic. Eli and Mara stand frozen as pounding grows at the door. Voices shout his name, demanding he surrender the data. He looks at her, half enemy, half ally, and realizes neither of them knows which side the other stands on anymore. She whispers, "If they take you, it's over." He grabs the flash drive, the last piece of proof he has left. Together they run. Every echo in the stairwell sounds like judgment chasing them down. They burst into the night, swallowed by the storm. The streets are alive with chaos, cameras, police drones, and strangers live streaming their flight. Every face is a watcher, every lens a hunter. Mara pulls Eli into an alley, both panting. "They'll trace your phone," she says. He smashes it against the wall. The sound feels like liberation and despair in the same breath. He realizes the truth he tried to protect now owns him completely. It's everywhere, uncontained, alive. They hide in an abandoned cafe. The faint buzz of neon signs outside hums like a broken heartbeat. Eli scrolls through a borrowed tablet. His story is trending, dissected by millions. Each headline twists truth into entertainment. "They turned you into a hashtag," Mara says quietly. "That's how people disappear now. Not in darkness, but in distraction." He looks at her, eyes burning. "Then what's left?" She answers, "Only the part you don't give them." Sirens fade in the distance, replaced by the whisper of rain. For a brief moment, they breathe. Then, a phone buzzes. Not his, not hers. It's buried beneath the counter. A name flashes. Officer Dean Keller. Mara's face tightens. Eli picks it up, trembling. A voice on the other end says, "You're running from the wrong people." He looks at her. "What does that mean?" The line dies. She whispers, "It means the company isn't the only one watching." They leave before dawn. The city feels quieter, but the quiet deceives. Every billboard, every screen, every whisper of digital life bears fragments of Eli's confession. His truth has become public property. "They'll find you anywhere," Mara warns. "Then I'll stop running," he says. She shakes her head. No one ever stops running, they just run out of places to hide. As they disappear into the misty streets, the camera lingers on the flash drive in his pocket, the one file no one has yet seen. By dawn, exhaustion feels heavier than fear. Eli and Mara take refuge in an abandoned subway station. The dripping echo of water mirrors his pulse. She tells him they can vanish if they upload the file to the right server, turn truth into smoke. But he hesitates. Then his tablet vibrates, screen lighting up with a new message from the unknown viewer. "You already know me." His blood runs cold. He looks at Mara. She frowns. "What is it?" He doesn't answer. He's starting to understand that the hunter may have never been outside at all. He scrolls through old logs, digital traces of his upload. The messages, the pings, the ghost-like comments, all led back to one address, his own. The realization stings. He had automated backups to a hidden account years ago, under a fake name, a mirror self that never logged out. The unknown viewer wasn't someone watching him. It was him watching himself. Fragments of data echoing back from the system he built to protect the truth. The paranoia wasn't haunting. It was reflection. Mara approaches slowly. "What did you find?" He looks at her and whispers, "It's me. I was the one watching." She stares, unsure if he's unraveling or awakening. He explains how his coded system fed his own videos back into his account, creating a loop of identity. The digital echo that taunted him. "I thought I was being hunted," he says, "but I was only trying to prove I existed." Mara's expression softens. "You made the world see you," she says. "You just forgot to see yourself." The sirens return, echoing down the tunnels like ghosts in steel. Mara stands, pulling him to his feet. "We can still run," she says. But Eli shakes his head. It's already everywhere. Running just means pretending it's not. He steps toward the tunnel entrance, light breaking through mist, his figure small but steady. "You came here to stop me," he says. "But maybe you were meant to help me finish." She looks at him, silent. As the realization forms, the story will end only if one of them disappears. He hands her the flash drive. "If they find you, tell them I deleted it," he says. "If they don't, tell them I didn't." She takes it slowly, eyes trembling. "What will you do?" He smiles faintly. "Log out." The word lands heavy, both literal and final. He turns toward the tunnel's darkness and walks forward until the light swallows him. Mara stands still, tears mixing with rain. Somewhere above ground, screens flicker as his signal fades. The unknown viewer's last message appears. Seen, the city wakes as if nothing happened. News feeds refresh, timelines reset, and Eli's name fades into smaller type. Only Mara remembers. She sits in a quiet diner, scrolling through 100 versions of the same story, each twisted, each incomplete. Some say he fled. Others say he never existed. Truth is already being replaced by convenience. She closes the screen and stares at her reflection in the dark window. "How quickly we forget the ones who tried to warn us," she whispers. She opens the flash drive on her laptop. A single folder appears, labeled simply, Echo. Inside, there's no data, only a short video of Eli sitting at his desk, recorded days before the night he vanished. His voice is calm. "If truth doesn't survive me, maybe memory will. Don't hide it, Mara. Let them see what silence costs." The video ends with his face turning toward the camera. Not pleading, not afraid, just awake. Her hands tremble as she closes the lid. Later, she walks through the city as advertisements and news screens flash around her. For a brief moment, one of the screens glitches. Eli's face appears, his words repeating. "Let them see." The crowd doesn't notice. They scroll, They pass. They move on. Mara stands still amid the noise, realizing that visibility isn't power. It's the most fragile form of disappearance. The louder the truth becomes, the easier it is to ignore. That night, Mara uploads the file. Not the proof, but the video, his final message. She releases it without hashtags, without context, under a name no one will trace. It spreads quietly at first, a whisper instead of a storm. But somewhere, someone pauses, listens, and feels something shift. She realizes maybe that's what truth was always meant to be. Not a weapon, not a spectacle, but a reminder that someone once cared enough to speak. Weeks later, the world keeps spinning, the stream fades into archives, the algorithms bury his name. But late at night, when screens dim and noise falls away, Mara sometimes hears the faint echo of his voice, not through devices, but inside herself. Truth doesn't die, it says. It just changes who carries it. She closes her eyes, letting the silence answer. Somewhere, far beyond her window, another light flickers to life. Someone else's confession beginning where his ended.